Welcome to the podcast, Claim Your Excellent Life, with your host, Suzanne Kellner-Zinck, where she helps professional women learn how to be happy. Suzanne will teach you how to do this through building high self-esteem, relaxation and calm, and good, healthy relationships. Tune in every week as Suzanne shares effective strategies to help you claim your excellent life with happiness techniques, self-esteem building exercises, relationship tips, and relaxation information. Make sure to head over to dawningvisions.com to subscribe to the newsletter to receive your keys to happiness, as well as other useful free gifts for you.
In this episode of Claim Your Excellent Life, we are going to speak about how to be a real friend to somebody. You know, it's amazing in this day and age that so many people are without real friends. Real meaning people that they can rely on to help them out when they're in trouble, or people that they're willing to help out when the friend is in trouble. It seems that people are so busy running around every single day just doing the mundane crap that one has to do in life that they forget about friendship. Let me tell you something. I don't know where I'd be without my friends. Yeah, I do know where I'd be without my friends, but we're not going to go there. It's too depressing. So what we're going to talk about is how to have real, true, meaningful friendships. Because there's one thing that I learned the art and science of, is how to create really great friends. First thing, be yourself. Be honest. Be authentic. Share some of the worst experiences that you ever went through. Man, years ago, when me and the ex went bankrupt, oh my God, it was a horror show. But let me tell you, it was probably about 10 years later, I had a friend who had to go through bankruptcy, and guess who she asked to help her to deal with it? It wasn't someone who didn't know anything about it, so I helped her to find a really good attorney to help her to do it as easy as possible, because when she got around to doing her bankruptcy, the laws had changed a whole lot. It was a whole lot more complicated at that time. Next, I don't know what it is, but it seems like everybody thinks that all communication should take place online. Let me tell you something. One of the most fun things that one can do is to send something in the mail to somebody, just for the hell of it. I used to do this like all the time, especially with my hypnosis buddies who live, across the country from me. I find Nightingale Conant tape sets, which were pretty expensive actually, with interesting subject matters for them, and I'd just ship them out, and I wouldn't even tell them. It would be a surprise. And I'd get the coolest calls telling me, "Oh, Suzanne, I can't believe that you did this. This is like so exciting." And come on. What is better than giving someone a wonderful surprise, just for the hell of it? Same thing, cards. I have my best friend out in Seattle. She loves sounding cards. She's a really great photographer, so she'd send these photo cards. I always look forward to getting them. I have like an entire gallery's worth of her photo cards that go on the refrigerator, so I can remember her and all the great times we shared together. What a great gift. Now, I'm not saying you have to make photo cards, but what I am saying is that it's really nice to get a card in the mail from somebody. Again, not because it's a birthday, although those are great, or an anniversary or whatever, but just for the hell of it. Hey, I'm thinking of you. I hope all is going well. Give a little update about what's going on in your life. It doesn't have to be anything big. Just take the time to mail the thing. Man, I have the worst handwriting in the world. So it takes me like 3 times to write one card. I'm not kidding. It's really bad. People make fun of my handwriting all the time. But you know what? It doesn't stop me from doing this. It really doesn't. Because you know what? If you can't laugh at yourself, you really do have a pathetic life, you know? Sometimes you just have to have a sense of humor about yourself. Next thing. If you have a friend who you have some concerns about because they're acting kind of weird or they might be in a weird situation, the best way to handle that is just to get together with them in person and just let them know that you have something that you'd like to talk to them about. When you meet up with them, just let them know. You know, I don't know what is necessarily going on with you, but I have some concerns because I see you acting this way, or you seem to be talking about this thing a lot, and I just wanted you to know that I'm here to help you out if you want it, and if you're willing to take some suggestions, I might have one or two that might help you out. And that's the way you do it. This way, they don't have to feel offended, and you're not talking about what a horrible person they are or how stupid they are or anything like that, because obviously that's a turnoff. And never use anyone's mental health status against them. Never ever use their diagnosis. You're not a psychiatrist or psychologist, or if you're not hired by them to be the psychiatrist, psychologist, that is not your position. Please, stay away from that. Just talk about their behaviors or talk about the things that you're concerned with from a loving heart. And that will really help people know that you really care about them and they won't get offended or upset with you. I promise you, it's fine. Next thing, if someone is ill, they're not feeling good, they're having a hard time, they may not be in the best mood when they're with you. You see, something weird happens when people feel like crap. They act like crap. So validate their feelings, validate the fact that they don't feel good. However, if you have a friend who is always complaining about aches and pains and stuff, maybe that's not the best friend for you. I would not spend so much time with that person and find other people who are more fun and outgoing to be with. Because who wants to be around a person who's always complaining? And if they are complaining, that is the perfect time when you can make suggestions to them in the way that I just expressed. Would be a good way to handle it. Now, the thing that matters the most to people, bar nothing else, is that you're there when they need you there. Now, I'm not saying that you want some person in your life who is always depending on you to save their butts. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people who are legitimately going through a really, really hard time, whatever that hard time is. Like recently, my mom passed away in September. And, I can't even tell you, the people who are there to help me out, oh my God, even my clients that I had from years and years ago who live in the area close to where her nursing home was, oh my God, these people let me stay with them for like a week at a time. My friends let me stay with them. And it was just a matter of saying, look, I need to be in the area. I don't know how much longer she has. Things are looking really bad. Haven't been with her for 7 years. Haven't talked to her in 7 years. That was true. Because she wasn't too nice to me after I'd done a lot for her. So I took my space. And that's another thing. Take space when you need to. In any case, they were there and they couldn't have been more gracious. And it really helped me to be there for her, to make sure she got the appropriate care. And I was able to hang around for like an extra week while we were waiting for the cremation to get done so I could deliver the cremains down to my sister here in Connecticut. Which meant that her husband didn't have to make yet another trip up to Massachusetts, which is like 4+ hours each way. Man, he was so happy not to have to do that. And I was happy to come through for her and for him so they didn't have to worry about it and she could get what she wanted. See, those are the things that truly matter. Be present when it's necessary. And I'm also telling you this too. A lot of times when you need to be present when it's necessary, it's not fun, okay? It's when people are going through a difficult time that they need you. Now, I hope I wasn't too much of a downer with the people whose home I was in during this time. I don't think so. But whatever, they were great. Ask for what you need from the people who you know really love and care for you. And even those who might be geographically in a place that might be able to help you out in a circumstance such as when my mom was passing away in September. Because you know what? That's when you know you matter, when people are willing to do that for you, okay? Seriously, it's a big deal. Next thing. I have a friend out in Seattle, and many years ago now, she was put into an awkward position because she had been in her job for over 20 years. And they didn't want to pay her a high salary. So they made her life miserable. And it was just after her mom passed away, after going through some difficult times with her mother. It was not a good time for her. And she was really depressed, rightfully so, and just couldn't find work. Didn't want to find work. She was too depressed. She wasn't in the mindset. And although I gave her kind of a hard time, it's like, it's time for you to go find work. You got to be able to support yourself. You know what? Looking back on it now, she didn't have what it took to do that. And I get it. It took me a little while to get it, but I got it. And so when I was married and I had a little extra money here and there, I sent it to her. It didn't matter. It's $25, $100. It didn't matter. It made a huge difference to her because that might have been the difference between her being able to pay her tax bill, or put some gas in her car, or buy some food for herself that she didn't have otherwise. And for me, it was a little bit of a stretch at the time, but it was worth doing. And what I got back in return when I was going through a really hard time while I was out in California, oh my God, 1,000 times fold she helped me out. Oh my God, when my tooth busted out there, oh my God, I could feel the two halves sort of like moving around in the socket. It's really weird. I didn't have any dental insurance. She paid for me to get that thing extracted. She also paid for a crown on the other tooth. And the dental office gave her a really good deal, but that's not the point. The point is she was there for me. All right? She was there. Why? Because I was always there for her. That is what true friendship is. And we're not about taking a tally and seeing who owes what to whom because someone paid more than... No, that's not friendship. That's called a mathematical equation, okay? It's not friendship. Friendship is when you give purely from your heart because you want to. And trust me, it wasn't easy for her to pay for all that dentistry. It really wasn't. But she knew I didn't have any other way of taking care of it at the time. And at some point, hopefully I'll be able to repay her in some other way when it's really important to her, when she really needs the money. Because that's the way it works with friends. We help each other out. When we really need it, we find a way to do it. So, these are the things that create great friendships. Being present, being real, being authentic, being transparent, telling your friend the things that they don't necessarily want to hear but need to hear, but doing it in a very kind and, shall we say, supportive manner. And knowing that our friends, this is very important too, are not perfect. They're going to, from time to time, say things or do things that piss us off. All right, fine. None of us is perfect. You're just going to have to tell that person what it is that they did. Tell them how you'd rather they deal with it the next time and see if they can do that. If they can do that, great. Everything's great. You'll be able to forgive them, move on, have a better friendship as a result of it. If not, well, maybe it's time to think about moving on to somebody different. Anyway, those are my tips for having really great friends who are truly there for you, regardless of what you're going through, because they really love and care for you. Why? Because you show that you really, truly love and care for them in the only ways that truly matter. As always, I thank you for being here with me. Until next time. If you have enjoyed Claim Your Excellent Life, we'd really appreciate it if you go over to iTunes and give it a 5-star review. If you have found Claim Your Excellent Life to be helpful to you, and maybe even life-altering with the information that we have shared here, and to allow us to continue this work, which we really do enjoy doing for you, you can sponsor us at patreon.com. That's spelled P as in Paul, ATREON as in Nancy.com. Again, that's P as in Paul, AT as in Tom, REON as in Nancy.com, where there's a few different levels of sponsorship that you can choose from to help us to continue doing this work. We thank you for any assistance that you are able to give us.
Thank you for listening to the podcast, Claim Your Excellent Life, with your host, Suzanne Kellner-Zinck, where she helps professional women learn how to be happy. Suzanne teaches you how to do this through building high self-esteem, relaxation and calm, and good, healthy relationships. Tune in every week as Suzanne shares effective strategies to help you claim your excellent life with happiness techniques, self-esteem building exercises, relationship tips, and relaxation information. Make sure to head over to dawningvisions.com to subscribe to the newsletter to receive your keys to happiness, as well as other useful free gifts for you.